I gotta hand it to the hand over here, and then I gotta what the what did this? Oh,
Third
what the hell?
hands?
There's 3 hands.
What?
How did I get 3 hands? Oh my god! One of them's attacking the other hand. What am I even gonna do? I'm not even. Oh my god! This is ridiculous. There's 4 hands now. Oh god! What am I even?
Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of On a Couch Talking Sports. As always, I'm Robbie. This is Kyle. Kyle, happy hump day. Good to see you as always.
Nice to see you
How
too.
are you tonight?
I'm doing really well. Not gonna lie, I had a pretty solid week so far. So just
Nice.
yeah. How about you?
I'm doing great. Can't complain. Red Sox are winning. Celtics won last night. Patriots won on Sunday. It's been a pretty good week so far for Boston sports teams.
Definitely.
Not gonna lie to you.
So,
And I actually know another reason why Kyle is extra excited tonight, because tonight, for the first time, well, not really the first time ever, but the first time doing this particular topic, Kyle is going to basically lead this episode because what we decided to do tonight, for sort of a fun twist on things, if for those of you who have watched the show from the beginning, or even if you've just tuned in, recently, you'll know that Kyle is a bit of a comic book or superhero movie enthusiast.
Oh, yeah.
Just by the fact that you just have that on there. Just we didn't plan that at all. We really did actually. But yeah, so yeah, Kyle is a big enthusiast of the world of superheroes, and so what we thought would be kind of cool to explore would be sort of to intersect superheroes and sports. And what I mean by that is sort of take a look at what sports superheroes either have played in like their various movies, or more importantly, what movies do we think, or does Kyle more think that they should play or would be good at playing if they did play any sports. So I am now going, and obviously I'll be adding some commentary, but I'm now going to turn it over to my partner in crime here, Kyle. No pun intended at all. So Kyle, take it away, my friend. The floor is yours, or the couch, I should say.
Man. Well, this was I got to be honest. This was a little tough to decide because there are so many superheroes with major sports potential.
Yeah.
But so I kind of narrowed it down. So I picked about 4 or 5.
Just before we start, how many sort of superheroes are we going to be talking about here, and sort of in general?
I would say about 8 to 10.
8 to 10. Okay, cool.
So what I'm looking to do is I want to make sure I give love to DC and Marvel, even though I'm actually personally, despite what the shirt says, I'm actually more of a DC fan, believe it or not.
Ooh.
What?
We're gonna get nasty hate comments from Marvel fans.
I know, sorry, Marvel fans.
The slim minority of Marvel fans that watch this show.
Right. Like, curse you, Marvel's way better. And I agree, the movies are really good, obviously, but there's just a lot of things I like about DC a little better. But anyways, that'll be a whole nother, we can get another topic, maybe another
that'll be a spin-off
show or whatever we can do with that. But so I'm
can go to Kyle's channel, The Sues, on YouTube to get those kinds of opinions.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
Maybe that'll jumpstart my show back again. The Sues.
There you go.
That'll be a good segue.
I'm providing the segue.
Exactly.
And I'm also sitting in front of you. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
No worries. No. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split up today. I was going to split up the topic. So I was going to do about 4 or 5 members of the Justice League and 4 or 5 members of the Avengers.
Okay.
Now, for those of you who don't know, the Avengers are the big Marvel team up superhero team, and the Justice League is the big team up of DC heroes. So I think it's fitting if I start with basically 2 heroes that everyone knows. I'm going to start off with my
Batman and Superman.
Actually Superman and the Flash. I will get to Batman though in a little bit. I got an interesting one for him. But yes, actually Superman and the Flash. which I'm sure a lot of people have seen in the CW. I'm sure you watched CW, whoever watches out there. pretty popular show now on its 5th season. But Superman and The Flash. Now, they're two really trademark heroes in DC. They're both very powerful. They're both very fast. That's why I want to start with them, because I always kind of pictured Superman. He's more of like, he can do basically anything. He's super fast, super strong. I think he would be perfect at like a pentathlon.
Ooh.
Because it's a type of event that requires a lot of skills, right? You need like swimming skills, running. You need all this stuff. Superman can run fast. He's like a jack of all trades when it comes to superheroes.
Right. Like the running, the throwing, everything.
Exactly.
Now, sorry to butt in for a second here, but
that's okay.
Wasn't it Superman? Again, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, that's right.
Because I probably am.
That's on here, man.
Was Superman the one that wore the Kansas City Royals jersey or shirt or something like that?
Good pickup. This guy picked up a Man of Steel reference in the new Superman reboot. Yes, he did wear a Royals T-shirt actually in one of the scenes later on in the movie in Man of Steel.
Okay.
So
I wasn't as far off as I thought I was.
You nailed it. You 100% nailed it. So
right.
I gotta give you kudos on that one, brother.
Thank you. Sort of letting my nerdy side show through my whatever nerdy side there is, which is very slim, but there is something in there.
That's okay. That's why I'm here. I'm his fallback guy for the nerds. So
yeah. All right. So continue.
But so I always personally thought of him as like just because he's a jack of all trades, he has all these superpowers, heat vision, ice breath. He can withstand all these different temperatures too. Wow. He can go inside heat. He can go through volcanoes. He can withstand the cold. His fortress of solitude is in the friggin' ice, surrounded by ice. So this guy can withstand anything. So yeah, he's a pentathlon kind of guy. He can do all those events. But I wanted to really quickly mention, though, in the show, they actually, in Smallville, they actually had Superman find a way to play football, which I thought was kind of interesting. Yeah, in one of the episodes, actually one of the seasons, I think it was the 4th season, so that was a big thing. That was a little bit of a build-up. He wanted to be on the football team, but obviously him being too powerful, his parents thought he would literally run the kids over because he was, he's the Man of Steel. He would like literally pancake them into the ground. But in season 4, they actually found a way for him to play football. So it was kind of a cool season. You actually got to see kind of his dynamic on the football team. So I definitely highly recommend just checking Smallville out for, even if you're a sports fan, just checking out some of the football-related things they got going on. So
cool.
Yeah, no, I just I thought that was pretty neat. And The Flash, I mean, since we're on kind of like the topic of like Olympics, track, he's got to do the sprints. The Flash is the fastest one out of all the heroes, so he's got to sprint.
Right.
He's got to sprint.
It's interesting. Again, sorry to cut
Go
you
ahead,
off here.
dude. Go ahead.
But it just made me think of it. The Atlanta Braves, they have this thing where they have a guy, it's not the Flash, but they have a guy dress up like sort of in a superhero costume. They call him Freeze. And like what they do is they had like
not Mr. Freeze.
No, not Mr. Freeze.
Okay.
I think they call him just Freeze.
Huh.
And what they do is they have people like fans from the stands come out and basically run a race against him around the outfield of their field. And what they do is they have the fan like starts running, and when they get to like about the halfway point, the Freeze character starts running himself, and literally he's so fast that like he usually beats like all the fans despite like them having like a halfway head start. It's actually pretty cool. So check it out on YouTube, folks. It's like really. He's only lost once or twice. It's pretty cool.
Wow, Freeze?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to. Oh, wow, I'll check that out. When you said Freeze, I kept thinking you meant like Mr. Freeze. But
no.
I
knew. I understand why you might have thought that, but no, it's the guy's name is legit Freeze.
Wow, that's cool. That should be in a comic book. Comic book writers, get on that.
Kyle's gonna invent his own comic book with that.
And I'll make him Arnold Schwarzenegger because he has to say freeze now.
Freeze. A freeze is coming.
Chill.
Yeah.
But, those were, wow, a lot of good information there. No, seriously. I think I'm gonna. So that's yeah. So Superman, we were saying pentathlon. Flash would be good for sprinting,
Right.
Any kind of like
Right.
maybe like the 50 meter dash kind of thing.
Right.
I would say if we're gonna keep on the Justice League, let's see. Everyone else's favorite hero, Batman. Now he would be good. I have two ideas for him. Two ideas. First idea, I think he would be a great. He would be well. He does martial arts, so I don't know if anyone's ever saw Batman Begins, but he actually trained in the mountains. He literally went all the way up to the mountains to train in martial arts. So
wow.
that would be something that he would be good at too, because he's basically a ninja. He knows how to hide in the shadows. He knows how to flip around. So yeah, his sport would be martial arts.
Okay.
That he would do. But I'm gonna add in another one for Batman. I think he would be a coach.
Oh.
You know why?
Why?
Here's why. The thing is, Batman, he's a strategist. He doesn't just go in.
Any particular sport or just like
I would
in
say
general?
Probably in general, maybe like football. Actually, he went. I think I read an article that recommended him as like a football coach.
Oh.
He knows how he's got a very good sense of like team because it's not always just Batman. He has Robin, Batgirl, Nightwing he works with, even Batwoman every once in a while. He has a lot of actually people that he works with in Gotham City, whether they actually stay permanently on his team or not. He actually has a good sense of like kind of team like that he built up over the comics. So I feel like he actually would be a good coach, and him not having any superpowers, that kind of gives him a little bit of a different advantage. He doesn't just go in guns a-blazing like Superman would, or like, Superman doesn't use guns. Like, he doesn't just, like, fly in, like, and, like, starts lifting stuff to save people. No. He doesn't have any superpowers. He does everything with gadgets, and he actually takes the time to make these gadgets and everything. So he's a strategist. I think he would be a coach. He would be like the coach of like a football team. Like I think he would just be perfect for that. Maybe not just football. He could also do hockey, I'm sure, or something like that. But he's just got that kind of good sense of like at least like the more, if we're talking maybe not like the early Batman where he worked by himself, but maybe like later Batman where he actually was working on a team with other, vigilantes, if you will. So
cool.
So yeah, it's a martial arts and a coach for Batman.
Nice.
And the last one I wanted to touch on, actually last two, I'm sorry. I'll do two more from the Justice League really quick. I would say Wonder Woman she is super powerful. She's very strong. I would say for her, she's very well trained in the sword. So I would say some kind of either like maybe fencing. I would put her like definitely on the track team. she could do some kind of like or maybe just like in the Olympics. She's very acrobatic. She's very I don't know. Actually, hold on, Wonder Woman. Well, she's her. I would start off maybe like fencing. She's just kind of also like a jack of all trades. She can do I feel like she can do a lot of different sports. I would probably say. I would just put her. Actually, I'd put her in like football or rugby because she's very powerful.
All right, hey, there you go.
I mean, she took down like a huge monster in one of the movies, Doomsday.
I mean, if she's that strong, might as well,
Yeah, I mean, she had friggin' cars thrown at her, so I think she would actually be really good with like rugby or football. And even maybe like some kind of fencing or some kind of related, like sword related. Is there like another sword related sport other than fencing, or?
I mean, like jousting.
Jousting.
Kinda? That's more like medieval sport.
Oh, that's more like on the horse. And stuff like that. She could do that.
I think fencing. I think fencing's a good way to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just kind of, I would say, jack of all trades. She could basically do any sport she wants, especially the hard, like, contact sports, too. Like, she would just take people down left and right. But yeah, I would say also, fencing, even a little jousting, because she actually does she actually rides horses, so she can also do horseback riding, too. So she does all these different kinds of sports. As for the last member of the Justice League that I can think of, Aquaman I wanted to touch on really quick.
It's funny because I was just thinking about Aquaman. I was like, I think that one's maybe somewhat obvious.
Yeah. Aquaman, of course. I mean, obviously, swimming, duh. He's a super-powered swimmer. He can go, like 100 miles an hour in the water, if not, like, 10 times faster. So swimming and also javelin. You know why?
Why?
Because he can throw a trident.
Oh,
Boom.
there you go.
Trident.
And a javelin and a trident are pretty similar.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So I would, Aquaman. I would say, I would just give him like the swimming, put him in the Olympics, put him on the swim team, have him throw javelin, good to go. So, yeah.
Nice.
And actually, one last one from. I'm sorry, I'm just taking. I'm not giving Marvel enough love. I don't think right now. I'll get to Marvel in a second, but. The Justice League, the last one I actually also want to mention. He's the last official member of the team. At least that was in the movie. Cyborg. Really quick, I think he would be kind of like more like a Batman type. I could see him playing football, which he did he did before he actually became Cyborg. He was a human, and then he had an accident, and he actually became like part machine. But before he became part machine, he actually played football. He played football for the Gotham team, believe it or not.
Cool.
So it's pretty cool. They have a couple of shots of those in the trailer, but I would see him as a football player or football coach, because he's also a strategist. He actually he knows how to like hack into all these different kinds of tech. So I think he'd be good at like strategizing all these different kind of plays for the team.
Nice.
Like he'd be very good. He'd get the offensive side and defensive side of things. So he could literally be like the head coach, offensive coach, defensive. He could literally structure the entire team.
You wouldn't even need a coaching staff. He just would coach everybody.
Exactly, because he would he's such a smart computer. He can get all this information, and he can just like, there you go. This is going to be our team. This is our formation.
There you go. Don't even need any help.
Exactly. And I wanted to touch on a few Marvels. I'm sorry, Marvel. I apologize. I gotta give you some love too. I'm sorry, Marvel. I'm all about the DC.
Marvel.
I'm not that sorry. You're right. I'm not that sorry.
He's not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Marvel, if you have all the angry letters and emails can go to this guy right here, Kyle.
That's me.
Yeah.
I'm Kyle.
I'm not to me. I'm just here. I'm an innocent bystander in all this. I have no opinion whatsoever. The opinions of Kyle do not reflect the opinions of Robbie or On a Couch Talking Sports.
All right. Well, I guess I better get my hate mail account ready now.
Yeah.
Send to this account.
Kyle at IHateMarvel.com.
Oh, look, my first letter came in. DC sucks. Yeah, I saw that one coming. Yeah. But
the phone lines are lighting up right now.
Oh God, my phone's ringing now. So really quickly, I think to go on the Avengers side of things, maybe I'll throw an X-Men, maybe one or two X-Men, but so I wanted to touch on really quickly Captain America. He's another hero I think that would do really well with track. Because he's also another really super strong hero. He's kind of like, I would also give him like another like kind of pentathlete position where he can just do anything. He can run fast. He can also maybe distance too. He can run for a long time. Like he chased down like a car one time. That was pretty cool. So I'd give him that. I'd also give him two different events. One would be actually one's an event, one's a sport. One would be discus. So Captain America, he has to throw his mighty shield all the time. So he usually throws it. He'll sometimes throw it like a discus, or sometimes he'll throw it like a frisbee. So why not put him in the ultimate frisbee team?
Oh, right? There you go.
Yeah, I mean he's like that's literally his main power, aside from being strong and above average like from other humans, because he has this like he can literally he throws a shield. He's like you're really good shield thrower, so he can chuck that discus, and he can I'm sure he'd be perfect with like ultimate frisbee. He can just nail it down the line like that, and
there you go.
Yeah, I think those would be his sports. The other one I wanted to mention was I would say Iceman from the X-Men. Bobby Drake actually is his real name. He actually, since he deals with ice all the time, I would put him at either snowboarding, skiing, or ice skating. And actually, there is a scene in one of the movies.
What about hockey?
Hockey?
Yeah.
Yeah, hockey. Yeah, it's Stuart. Throw in hockey. Throw in basically all the winter sports. That's him.
Okay.
He's not super aggressive though. That's the only thing I was thinking of hockey wise. He probably could go if he does hockey. He'd probably be one of the quicker players. I think I'd put him as like one of the frontline people, forwards. Is that a thing in hockey?
Yeah. Okay. No, you got it. You got it.
Cool. So if he did hockey, I'd say forward. Otherwise, I'd say he'd be doing great in ice skating. He actually did ice skate in one of the movies, so that's why I wanted to kind of bring that up. So, I think it was the third X-Men movie, The Last Stand. He froze an entire pond, and he actually made himself his own ice skates, which I thought was kind of cool. But yeah, and of course he can create like paths full of ice. So from doing that, he can snowboard, he can ski, he can do all those crazy extreme winter sports. So that would be him. That would be Bobby Drake. Let me think. A couple more from Marvel. I would say. There's what's the guy's name? Falcon, who is actually Captain America's sidekick. Well, sidekick, okay, like he worked with Captain America in some of the movies. He would be really good, and like he'd be like skydiving. That would be his thing, because he's not a superhero. He unlike Captain America and Bobby Drake, he doesn't have superpowers. What he does is he actually has his own machine that he made, which causes him to fly. So actually, I would say pretty much like he can become like a pilot. He could do like base jumping, just any of those kind of like, any of those kind of like extreme like yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Skydiving.
Yeah, just any of those
extreme sports.
Yes. Yeah, just anything like that. And I think I'll do one more for Marvel. Because I need to give Marvel a little more love. I would say. Sorry, I'm thinking about the Avengers. I would say Black Widow. Black Widow, she's another one who doesn't have any superpowers, but see, she's actually a secret agent, so she is trained. We're watching Home Run.
Go back, Henry! Yeah! Is that... Oh, it's a double? Oh, okay. Still, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Sorry, we're alternating.
Still pretty good. I know, we're watching the Red Sox game right now. I'm sorry. Sorry, folks. Anyway, continue. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You're fine. Hey, this is an intense game, dude. This is Game 3, right?
Yeah.
No, that's
Game 4.
Oh, Game 4. Game 4. No, last night was Game 3.
Last night was Game 3.
Got it. I'm a little behind on baseball. But I would say Black Widow, she would be really good in also, I would put her in martial arts because she was trained. She's a trained secret agent, and she knows how to do all those, like, I would put her in either some kind of like really flexible like gymnastic kind of thing, or just straight up martial arts. Maybe even like UFC. She'd be good at like the UFC kind of fighting, like Ronda Rousey style. I think that'd be cool. Although she's not like super. I don't think she's super strong. At least in the movie, she's not like super bulk, but she could still hold her own. I think though. So yeah. Oh, and one more. I'm sorry, Hawkeye. Of course, archery. Duh.
I think that's pretty self-explanatory right there for those people who are Hawkeye fans. Yeah, I'm not a Hawkeye fan, but like I know that like he's a big archer.
Yeah. Hawkeye would be definitely good in the archery section. And I can't forget this one, Spider-Man.
You know what's funny? Because I was like waiting for you to like go to Spider-Man.
Of course, Spider-Man. He can climb on everything. Rock climbing. Climbing, yeah. Just climbing in general. He can pick anywhere. He can climb on the side of buildings. He can go on mountains and just climb on the side of them. And even swinging. Is there like a sport that involves like
swinging?
Swinging? I don't know. That's
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe like swinging. Yeah, that's a tough one. I would probably say like a can. Probably his best sport would be like yeah, okay. I guess we'll stick with like the climbing aspect of it because I don't think there's any sports that involve like swinging, right?
No, unless you're like talking baseball, swinging a bat, but
baseball. I don't know, but yeah, no. I think so far those are the heroes that.
You mind if I throw one in?
Yeah, do one. Of course, Robbie.
I have.
Let's see what you got.
I have one that and you can tell me what you think about because I don't think you mentioned it, but the Incredible Hulk,
Oh!
So do you mind if I tell you?
Do it.
So for Incredible Hulk, and again, you can correct me if you think I'm wrong. I would say football.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
Yep.
And like throwing, like discus throwing or like shot putting. Just because he's so strong, like upper body wise, like I feel like he would have a good, like the hammer throw or whatever it's called, and in track or something like that. Like I feel like he would just be at a good. He would be at an advantage because he's just so strong. Like he's just so strong, or even like I said, football and wrestling. Yeah. Like he would just he'd be a good like lineman in football and a good like
be the best
wrestler. Like he'd be like beating everybody.
No, dude, you're right. That is so true. I'd also put him in like weightlifting. Like he could be like the Mr. Universe.
Yeah. Yeah. He could go up against Arnold. Back in the day, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, and he would defeat him like really badly too.
Yeah.
So don't worry, Arnold. I can lift 2 buildings.
So that's the only one I wanted to throw in there.
No,
because I didn't think you were. I don't think you were touched on him. So I.
No, you're right. That was perfect. That was perfect.
All right. Well, good job.
Thank you.
We've been waiting for a chance to like really sort of combine sort of your likes with sports, and I mean this was the perfect way to do it. And if any of you have any superheroes that you think he missed, or any other sports that like you think the superheroes would be good that Kyle mentioned or that I mentioned with the Incredible Hulk, please feel free to let us know in the comments.
I'll be honest, there's a lot I could have talked about. I could have been talking for a whole nother hour, but
I know, yeah. It could have been just a whole 2-hour show just Kyle just talking. I don't even need to be here.
That's alright. Maybe we'll make a part 2 sometime.
Yeah.
Or maybe you guys, if you guys have some, you're right.
See, the one great thing about this is we could do multiple shows on this because there's so many superheroes out there that
Yes, definitely.
But I do want to move on to sort of the end portion of our episode, and that is where we get into our week in fantasy football. So I'll start this week. So for my teams, I had a pretty good week.
Nice.
In my league, let me get my.
I know, I'm getting mine too, so it's okay.
So in my league that both Kyle and I are in, I won. It was a pretty close game against my pal Mike. I defeated him 116.8 to 106.68, getting some good numbers from Cam Newton, a quarterback. Beasley, wide receiver from Dallas, way outperformed his sort of projected numbers. So did Murray, running back for Minnesota. So big shout outs to those 2 guys, or 3 guys, I should say. And then in another league, like I said, I also won 199.16 to 169.18. Matt Ryan did a good job for me, my quarterback. Saquon Barkley, running back for the New York Giants. I know the Giants aren't doing well this year, but he had a huge game against Philadelphia. Even in a 34-13 loss, he was projected at 20.6 points. He had 40.4, so he nearly doubled his output. And Steven Gostkowski, kicker for my beloved New England Patriots, also well outperformed his point total. So I was very
on fire. He's one of the best kickers, I think, in the league.
Happy to see. So, and then for my last league, I actually lost, unfortunately. So I did not have a perfect week this week like last week. I fell in a come from behind loss, 227.86 to 205.06. So pretty close. Tom Brady a little bit underperformed in his numbers, but again, Barkley came up big, near doubling his projected point total, and got some other good performances as well from Matt Ryan. Performed really well. Robert Woods. So overall, a good week for me. Like I said, won 2 of my leagues, so I was very happy with that. And
that's good.
I'm either out or above 500 in all my leagues, so I'm quite pleased with my performance so far. How about you?
That's
How did your teams do this week?
So here's the thing, and In our league, the hard hitters.
Oh,
I think my team's faltering a little bit, unfortunately.
It was close.
It was very close, though. Yeah, you're right. So it was definitely good. It was a really good matchup, very intense. I lost 70 to 76.
Get him a run. Yes!
Yeah, there we go.
Yes!
Just keep getting them. Sorry. So we it was tough because it was I had a lot of players who just kind of like either low scored or just didn't score at all. Well, yeah, I had a few every now and then that just kind of like but that's okay. You know, it was lost by 6 points, 70-76, but hey, that's all good.
It happens, you know.
Happens. We'll bounce back, I'm sure, eventually. So on the other hand, though, my other league. Ooh, this was.
Good. Is that a good or a bad ooh?
I'm gonna tell you, this was probably one of the most exciting games I think I've played in fantasy.
Ooh.
Pretty much now. So basically, what happened was I faced off against one of my friends, Tyler's, who had a pretty solid team. Like, he had a lot of good players like Juju Smith. I mean.
Oh, Juju Smith-Schuster for the Pittsburgh Steelers. A pretty good pick.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome. Edelman, of course, you know.
Oh, now that he's back, especially from suspension, he's like racking up the numbers these days.
So I got pretty scared when Edelman and actually Connor, what's his name? James Conner.
Ooh, yeah, he's a young guy too. I think he's like his first or second year. He's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty solid. And also Tyler Boyd, another good year. I think he's been there. He was there a few years, right?
Now I will say this, and this is sort of putting on my football analyst cap here for a second. Part of the reason why Connors is doing so well is because Le'Veon Bell, who's the usual starting running back for the Steelers, has been holding out since the preseason, so he's actually has not played yet this year. So that's allowed Connor to sort of like jump into the starting role, and he's actually performed pretty well in it. So
nice.
Hey, good for him. He's making the most of his opportunities. So
and
Le'Veon, you're selfish. Anyway. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. Sorry to all the Steelers fans watching us right now. Though many of you may agree with me. I think you're pretty fed up with him too. Let's be honest. Come on.
That's fair.
Anyway, go ahead.
So basically, it was a really close match. It didn't start that way. For a while, actually, Tyler was completely pummeling my team.
Ooh.
To dust.
So a little bit of a comeback when.
Yes. So what happened was I was it was like pretty much the afternoon. He had all these major scoring players and everything, but then I had a hope of light in the very last game on Sunday. Russell Wilson did a good job. He scored 20. Todd Gurley.
No, you don't need to say anything else. Yeah. Todd Gurley was Todd Gurley.
Oh, yeah, totally. And Trey Burton, despite the fact that Amari Cooper unfortunately had a really bad injury, poor guy. I hope you feel better, Amari. But Trey Burton actually picked up some slack. He actually got 12 points. He's actually one of the best tight ends I think I've played in fantasy. Actually, I think he's pretty solid. And of course, Demaryius Thomas had a pretty solid week too. But I wanted to give the biggest shout out right here to Davante Adams. See, he was my first round pick. I don't think a lot of people really kind of recognize Davante Adams, but I just had a good feeling about him this year. You
recognize the genius.
I tried.
He was your sleeper pick.
He was actually, I don't know how it happened, but he was actually my first round sleeper pick, I guess you could call it. And he scored 35 points. He scored 35 points. He saved my whole team because we were going to lose like horribly.
Good job, Davante.
He just
stepped it up, man.
Stepped it up and handed and he's been consistently good. Like he hasn't really had so far. I mean, he's gonna have a bye week next week, which is gonna be kind of sad, but that's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's gonna be okay.
I'll be sad.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
Davante,
it's okay.
Don't leave me.
It's okay.
For 1 week.
Davante, it's okay.
But no, it was. I got him to thank. I got all the thanks. I gotta give you all the thanks, Davante, because
Devontae Adams, if you're watching this right now, Kyle, thanks you.
You're the best. You saved my team. You really did. And of course Butker. Actually, just a quick shout out for Butker too. He's had some pretty solid weeks actually as kicker. So, boom, there you go.
Nice. So you went 1-1. Not.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Sorry.
So you went 1-1, which isn't bad. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, you had 2 exciting games. Both games were pretty close. So.
Yeah, that's true.
But so good for you.
Thank you.
Actually, I kind of want to look at it for our league.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do a little bit of a standings update here. How Kyle and I are faring in our in the standings of.
Makes sense.
Our league. Give me 1 second here. Standings. So in our league, I am currently in second place. So actually tied for first at 5-1. And Kyle, what's the name of your team again?
Oh, so I kind of changed it because Max, my friend Max, actually had a really funny name idea for it. So I kind of went with this idea. I called it 3 mics and a baby because I literally have 3 mics on my team.
So you are in 10th place at 3-3, but you're in like this big tie for like 6th. There's
That's
like
fair.
6 teams tied for 6th.
That's pretty awesome. That's good.
At 3-3. So you so you can like jump. You can jump like way up. You know. Hopefully this week you'll jump way up. But yeah, I don't know when you and I are going to be facing each other. This could be an interesting week when you and I face off against each other.
Oh, we'll have to make a special episode on that, maybe.
Yeah, big time.
We should do that when we face off each other. We should make an episode on that, like kind of like go over like the players we're gonna pick and everything, and see what's gonna happen.
I'm trying to look. So you and I play till week 10, so like 3 weeks or so
3
from
weeks,
now.
okay.
So
3 weeks, guys, get ready.
Yeah.
RVK, Robbie versus Kyle.
Yeah.
Once again.
And Robbie's gonna win.
Nope, Kyle's gonna win.
No, I'm gonna win.
I'm gonna win.
I'm gonna win.
No, me.
I'm gonna win.
Me.
Vote in the comments who you think is gonna win. Anyway, now that we got that out of the way, that's going to do it. We're going to sort of wrap things up here. But again, Kyle, thank you for your lovely insight there into the worlds of superheroes and sports. Very well done. Round of applause.
I hope you guys thought it was a super episode.
Okay.
All right, I'll stop right there.
Okay, yeah. Stop. Anyway, on that note, on that punny note, we're going to wrap up here for this edition of iCouch Talking Sports. Thank you, as always, for watching, everybody. We will see you next time on iCouch Talking Sports. Goodbye.